Hello, I'm Chris. Full motorbike licence holder David has a driving test coming up soon and wants to do a mock test. I've never met him before, so let's find out more about his driving experience.
And how many lessons have you had?
So far I've got 12 hours, but I'll be having another lesson tomorrow to help freshen up things about this, what happens. Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm, the best driver ever, but yeah, I think I do have a little more of reading the traffic, stuff like this.
And when is your test?
Will be in 6 days. 6 days from now, yeah.
And how confident do you feel that you could pass it?
I feel very confident. The only thing about the test right now that gives me a little pressure is because it seems that a lot of little details that I need to be very solid on them. And yeah, that's basically what worries me actually. Just right now I don't have like that opportunity to be driving every single day to build up the confidence and, sharp up the experience, I guess.
You're allowed up to 15 driving faults during the test, often called minor faults. These aren't potentially dangerous, but if you keep making the same fault throughout your test, then it could become a serious fault. Get a serious or dangerous fault and it's a driving test foul. A serious fault is something that could potentially be dangerous, and a dangerous fault involves actual danger to either yourself, the examiner, another person or property. Have a look at our free online driving modules on our website for tips on how to deal with junctions, roundabouts, and the different driving test manoeuvres. Don't forget, it's completely free. There's a link in the description below. Let's catch up with David as he's about to start his mock driving test. Tell me how you check the brake lights are working.
Alright, first I would press after turning on the ignition of the car, I would press the brake pedal and ask for help, someone to go and check for myself. Or in that case, if I don't have someone, if I'm parked in a place where I've got reflections or cars or where I could give me a help out, could use it.
Okay, thanks. So I'm going to direct you at first. We're going to be following the road ahead, unless signs or markings say otherwise. Okay. And I'll let you know if we need to turn left or right. Okay, so start the car when you're ready and drive on when you're ready, please.
David answered the tell me question correctly and got off to a good start. He's never driven this car before, so it's only fair that I told him how to start the car.
That's no key.
Oh yeah, no key. If you hold down the clutch and then press the button to start, that's it.
You told me that, that's right.
That's okay.
So alright, let's do this then.
I turned the rear demister on for him, but this would be your responsibility on the driving test.
Let's go.
The signal was a bit late.
I didn't use the routine, but should I go straight? Haven't said anything.
David didn't check the blind spot over his right shoulder. The mirrors don't show everything, so it's vital that you check the blind spot before moving off. This is a driving fault. Before slowing down, you should check the interior mirror to see how close the vehicle is behind.
At the end of the road, turn left, please.
Okay, sure.
David, being a motorcyclist, is used to checking the side mirrors, but motorbikes don't have an interior mirror. Before emerging out at a junction, you should look right, left, and right again in case you've missed anything. It wasn't quite worth a fault this time, but bear in mind that the number one reason why people fail their driving test is a lack of observations. It's also a big cause of accidents.
At the traffic lights, turn left, please.
Sure. Let's check.
Lots of left mirror checks, which is good as you'll be able to see what's coming up the side of you, but he hasn't checked the interior mirror. Before turning left, you should check the interior and left mirror, then signal. This is a sharp corner. Hopefully he'll be able to turn without swinging out wide or hitting the curb. He's looking round the corner just as he should, resulting in a good, precise turn. You can gain a lot of important information from glancing at the interior mirror. You'll be able to see how close the vehicle is behind. If they're close and you need to slow down or stop, then brake earlier and softer. Before moving out to the right, check the interior, then the right-hand mirror. Before moving back to the left, check the interior, then the left-hand mirror. David didn't check the interior mirror before slowing down, which is a driving fault. If you persistently keep making the same driving fault, then eventually it will be a serious fault, resulting in a foul.
At the roundabout, take the second exit on the left, please.
Second exit.
Second exit.
Thank you.
David is turning left at the roundabout, second exit. He shouldn't signal on the approach though, otherwise other road users will think he wants the first exit. So I'm really pleased he isn't signalling. To take the second exit on the left, he'll have to keep in the left-hand lane. He raised the clutch before the gas, resulting in a stall. He hasn't missed any opportunities, so it's not worth a fault. He's now holding the car steady using the gas and biting point, which can increase wear and tear on a clutch. If you're waiting for some time, then it's best to secure the car with the foot brake or parking brake, but don't hold the biting point for long periods of time. Really good positioning, but you should check the mirrors before you signal to make sure it's safe to exit. Good positioning on the bend. I'm glad he didn't cut the corner.
Take the next road on the left, please.
Okay, sure. Next road on the left. Where's the road? Oh yeah.
Pedestrians have priority at junctions, so David did the right thing here. They waited for the other vehicle, so David carried on.
Pull up on the left at a safe place, please.
David didn't check the interior mirror before slowing down. This is a persistent problem, making it a serious fault this time. Apart from forgetting the interior mirror, he's parked well. It's time for the independent driving part of his test. I've explained to him that I'd now like him to follow a series of directions given by the sat-nav, and I'll let him know when the independent driving has finished.
Drive on when you're ready, please.
Oh, sure.
Before checking the mirrors and blind spot, prepare the car to go first. Otherwise, by the time you're ready to go, what you've checked will become old information, and you'll have to check again. Good blind spot check, but he should have signalled to let the driver behind know that he's moving off. Unfortunately, one of the cameras decided to finish early for the day, but let's continue to see how David gets on with the rest of the test. Parked vehicles on both sides, so no one's got priority.
Yeah, give me lights.
David reacted well to the oncoming driver. Motorcyclists need to be very aware of their surroundings, as they're so vulnerable. Transferring that high awareness to driving often makes them safe drivers, once they get used to the bigger vehicle.
Turn right.
David positions well in the central area, which helps the driver behind get past. The oncoming driver has flashed their headlights, but I'm pleased that David waited for the cyclist.
Just waiting.
It's a good idea to make sure the other driver is definitely letting you turn, but there was a slight delay in turning.
Very kind.
I'd like you to pull up on the left, reasonably close to that parked vehicle, please. Try and get reasonably close to it, but leave enough room to get back out. You can ignore the driveways for now.
Okay. Trying to be very close, you said.
Yeah, but leave enough room to get back out. That's fine, thanks.
Okay.
Drive on when you're ready, please.
The examiner is now looking for you to move off safely without swinging out wide or getting too close to the parked vehicle.
I'll get this one one more time.
You need good steering and clutch control. David did well.
Space for both of us. Don't think so. Reduce.
Pull up on the left in a safe place, please, so you can ignore the driveways this time. Just here if you can.
Left.
On the left, yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Drive on when you're ready, please.
Sure. For some reason now it's that make me nervous. I need to get used to a car. Anyway. Let's have fun.
You'll be asked to pull up on the left a few times during the test, which I think surprised David. One of those times will be on a hill.
Okay, somewhat still good with the size of this car. So very slow. Keep it straight. Straight.
Width limits are so much easier on a motorbike, but David judged it well.
The car coming. Alright, keep it.
On a road like this, always have a plan in mind where you would go if there was a vehicle coming towards you. David found a good space and timed it well without having to stop unnecessarily. Although he did press the clutch for no reason, then released it, which made the car jerk. The oncoming driver waits for David, but as soon as he moves over, they decide to come through. If they're waiting for you and it's safe, then carry on, and don't stop. Otherwise, this could be annoying for drivers behind you.
Out of the way.
He times this well, without stopping unnecessarily.
Checks.
Go right on the roundabout and take the
Safe
second exit.
place. Second exit. Ooh, sorry, the lights are very harsh on my head.
At roundabouts, you should give way to the right. This driver has to give way to this driver, who's turning right into our road. This driver has to give way to David, and David has to give way to his right, which is this driver. In this situation where everyone has a vehicle to give way to, then someone has to make a move. David quickly works it all out and makes a safe move.
Should I go? Yeah, I think so. They still wait for someone to get me in.
He handles the situation really well and doesn't drive over the roundabout.
Checks.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay, right now, I believe.
David has to follow the road ahead of this roundabout, but he gets distracted by the sat-nav and starts staring at it while driving towards the curb. I'd help with the steering. This is a dangerous fall.
Oh, sorry. Alright, a little distraction there. It's just a second, man, and you just... Alright.
Try not to get distracted by the sat-nav. Just have quick glances at it when it's safe.
Okay, let go.
You won't fail your driving test if you miss a turn or take the wrong exit on a roundabout, as long as you're driving safely and legally.
When I look at to confirm, that's what I got completely distracted. So I'll take that in consideration.
The speed limit is 40 miles per hour, but will David notice and pick up speed? He's driving too slow for the road and traffic conditions. Driving too slow could annoy drivers behind, and they might overtake in dangerous places. Constantly driving slowly and not making progress when it's safe can be a driving test foul. At the roundabout, David has to follow the road ahead, second exit. He needs to keep in the left-hand lane so that he doesn't get in the way of anyone.
Gap. Yeah.
Good positioning. The independent driving following a sat-nav has finished, and now I'm directing him.
Countryside roads.
David slowing down well for this bend and speed hump, expecting the worst. That was tight, but he judged it really well.
So the reverse bay parking exercise, I'd like you to reverse into any bay on the left or right, please, so you end up within the lines.
Reverse.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, there's a car. The funny thing is, my instructor, the one that I'm giving actual lessons, he told me like on West Wickham Test Center they don't have bay park to use, so I shouldn't be worrying about that. And you took me to a bay. That was a very shocking.
Oh, really?
So this is here on my left side.
The examiner wants to make sure that you can park within the lines and that you're observing around for other people. Unfortunately, David mainly stared at the side mirror to check if he's going into the bay, with hardly any rear window checks. This is a serious fault. It's so important to see what's directly behind the car by checking over your left shoulder through the rear window.
I never have done that one for the first time. I wasn't sure because I've been watching a lot of YouTube. That was, the main help I would say I got.
David realised he wasn't going to end up in the bay, and did the right thing and drove forward to correct the manoeuvre. This is normally a driving fault, but a lot better than finishing out of the bay and not park correctly, which would be a serious fault.
Drive on when you're ready, please.
Very helpful. What a cycle.
Use spaces and move over when necessary, but don't stop if it's unnecessary. Read the other driver's car position. If they've moved over to the curb, then they're probably letting you through.
Okay, I hope it's one way. I haven't seen this sign yet.
There aren't any signs, so it is a two-way road. David's driving at a really good speed, ready for oncoming. He finds a good space and judges it really well. Road signs are so useful.
That's a tricky one. That's a very tricky one. I hope they'll be helpful for someone watching.
At the end of the road, turn left, please.
Sure.
At this junction there's a stop sign and a solid stop line where David has to stop. But will he notice it?
It's rarely. There's no cars yet.
He didn't stop, resulting in a serious fall. They often have stop signs at dangerous junctions where accidents have happened before. You must stop at these, even if you think it's safe not to stop.
At the end of that road, there was a stop sign and we was turning left at the end.
Oh, yeah, and was like
Right.
the...
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Now that you're saying, yeah. Wow, I missed that.
Pull up on the left in a safe place, please.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of the
That's
test.
end of the test.
You can switch off, please.
There's any keys? Oh,
button,
just
yeah.
a button.
So, how do you feel you done?
Well, I believe I did my best. I messed it up, for sure. But I'll take that in consideration for my real test.
What did you notice?
Well, actually, you're grabbing the steering wheel proves that I probably will hit the curb because I wasn't paying attention.
Unfortunately, David wasn't successful today. We had a chat after about what he needs to work on so that he can learn from his experience. A big thanks to David for taking part in this mock test. And thanks to you for watching. Learn how to do reverse bay parking by watching this video next. Please subscribe for our latest videos, and in the meantime, keep safe on the road, and bye for now.